Released in 2005, The Fantastic Four is a film that did something that no other film in the world could do. It made everybody go, yeah. What happens when Nancy Callahan, Nathaniel Barnes, Steve Rogers, and this guy
I urinate on other men for money.
team up to take on a man who does not even come close to looking like a Victor, let alone a Von Doom? Seriously. We get the Fantastic Four. Apparently. So just to clarify once more, this is a film I had never seen all the way through until doing this review. That's right, I actually paid money for this one, but luckily it was 50p. Oh dear, this is a strange one. It's also quite weird because every time I went to watch this on TV, I'd always miss that first 10-minute segment, and it'd always be, whenever I'd start watching it, it'd be as they got their powers. So I actually missed the build-up and the reasoning why. So we're going to thankfully start from the start. So we start off with Reed Richards and Ben Grimm applying to do an expedition into space, and they're talking to a man called Victor Von Doom, who's hidden away in the shadows like Claw from Inspector Gadget. Yet, when he finally reveals himself, I'm not intimidated by this Duke Von Handsomeness. I'm merely perplexed. I mean, look at his fucking jawline! This is as, poster boy child as you can get. Victor Von Doom. Victor Von Doom. You expect him to look a little haggard. I mean, okay, I want to clarify one more time. I have never seen Fan 4 Stick. Ever. And I can't believe I'm going to have to watch it when I finally get round to reviewing it. Ooh. So, when I look at the guy they got playing, Victor Von Doom, he looks a little gloomy. I can kind of buy that. This guy, he's got perfect teeth and a forehead. You know, like I've got a fucking 5 head. Fuck off. Okay, so their plan, seriously, their plan is to send 2 scientists in Reed and Sue, followed by Sue's younger brother, a wild card who got kicked out of NASA, and Reed's friend Ben, who is a drinker. They're going to send these 4 into space to find the cure for life. Seriously, listen to Reed's opening dialogue of why he wants to do this expedition into space to look at this cosmic ray and radiation, right? He wants to, longer living futures and for children and stuff like that. So basically, it's like a form of immortality mixed with a good diet. So he's looking for the cure for life, effectively, and he's taking 2 scientists, that's himself and Sue, a reject from NASA, and his drinking buddy. So you ask yourself, what could possibly go wrong? Everything. So, as predicted, everything goes tits up, and through some bullshit blah blah and bad editing, after the accident in space, they all end up back on Earth. Also on Earth, Victor Von Doom is in trouble with his board of directors for making a terrible idea of going into space and costing the company millions. So he decides to keep the Fantastic Four locked up in quarantine. This is quarantine? I am fucking glad this is fictional because they're outside! Quarantine kept in to contain any possible diseases. If this disease is airborne, we are fucked! Science! Sci-fi! If you're gonna do shit like this, you pay attention to your words. Quarantine! Do not go outside! But the film doesn't waste any time in sorting out their powers. During an adrenaline-fueled skiing match with a very attractive nurse, Johnny Storm bursts into flames and subsequently becomes naked. Okay. During a very heated argument between Sue and Richard, Sue turns invisible, and to stop a wine bottle from falling over, Reed flings out an arm and catches it using all this stretch. And you think, oh, okay, film's cooking up. And then we get Ben, who broke his bed and ran away. Fantastic! So he somehow makes it back to... Bear in mind, I'm not actually sure if it tells you in the film where they're held in quarantine, but he manages to get back to New York on foot, looking like that. Okay? Without causing any panic. And then he robs up a big and large store for a trench coat and a hat. He then stalks his missus and is like, "Barb, it's me, it's Ben, come on!" and scares away Andrew from The Walking Dead. Okay. So far in this film, they've had one job to do and they fucked it up, right, by miscalculations. And then one of the heroes actually starts robbing up places so he can disguise himself. Fantastic! So, yeah, Ben is now a brick monster. It's the best possible way I could describe him. He's a brick monster. Okay? Now, he is sitting on a bridge and he's having a pity party and he sees a guy about to commit suicide. And admittedly, I do find this quite funny, how he stops the guy from committing suicide and then he falls in the middle of ongoing traffic and then he jumps down and stops the truck from hitting the guy, causing more destruction. The comedy part for me ended when the guy fell in front of traffic, okay? I just kind of like the idea of a guy thinking, I'm going to end it all and going, what the fuck is that? That was quite amusing. And then this whole... Oh, and fucking serendipity moment. It just so happens on the same bridge that the thing has stopped someone from dying, we've got Sue, Reed and Johnny in the same taxi. Oh, look, there he is! Stroke of luck, eh? New York. Bump into anyone you fucking want. I mean, all we need now is Jessica Alba to get naked for comedy reasons. Eye candy it is then. So one of the cars that's in the accident has got a lot of gas canisters and they start exploding. Reasons. And Johnny saves a little girl from being burnt alive and Sue contains the explosion in a force field and a fire truck that's joined the pile up has swung out off into the bridge and the Thing and Reed save the fireman. Did you like that teamwork? Did you think that was fantastic for you? Did you actually think this film was finally gonna get going? Well, that's it. That is the last time you'll see them until the finale, acting like a team, doing superhero things. Yep.
Welcome back to the Baxter, Dr. Richards. I've got the usual for you. Good to have you back, sir.
Thanks, Willie.
Oh look, Stan Lee's in this movie. So the rest of this film can pretty much be summed up in one word. Montage. And it's not a superhero montage of them saving the day and fighting crime. It's Johnny pranking the Thing with shaving cream in the hand. It's Reed accidentally walking in on Jessica Alba in the shower. It's Reed reaching out to grab toilet paper using his stretchy arm. Fantastic! And then one day Johnny decides he's had enough, he needs to break out and do something and live. Which, my God, please do! Do something! And then he starts doing this stunt bike bullshit and nearly flies, you know. And okay, right, we're getting the ball is not quite rolling, but it's moved, you know. The ball has moved ever so slightly in the right direction, with showing us more fantastic things like Johnny almost flying, okay? I like it, it's an arc, it's a getting there sort of thing. We're also treated to the origin names of the Fantastic Four.
They call me the Human Torch. Ladies call me Torch.
What about the rest of the team?
That's the Invisible Girl.
What about your leader?
Did you just assume my gender?
What do you call that thing?
That's it.
The Thing. Yeah, you think this is bad, you should have seen him before.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go kill him.
So, we're gonna really push forward now to the conclusion of this film, because in bullet point form I can tell you what happened. Ben falls in love with a blind girl, Johnny's being a dick, Von Doom's being worse. Pretty much sums up your film. So we're going to go straight to the conclusion, because this film is fucking awful. Prince Von Deliciousness, he tricks Ben into going into a machine that Reed's been working on to reverse their powers, and Von Doom makes it work somehow. Doesn't tell us how, just goes, made it work. Why would you trust him? His name is Von Doom. He may not look like a Von Doom, but he's Von Doom. Oh, take my money, Mr. Bank Manager O'Hitler. You just wouldn't do it, would you? It just, no. No. So Ben jumps in there and he turns back into Michael Chiklis. Hooray! Fantastic. Fantastic! Oh, I could turn this into a drinking game. And then he attacks Ben. And then he fires a heat-seeking rocket at Johnny, who then finally learns how to fly. Yeah, really fantastic. Good job. Not too loud, but a little fantastic for you. He then starts abusing and attacking Reed because, oh yeah, the film's only as good as its villain, in my opinion, when it comes to these superhero movies. You know, we've got the ever fantastic Thanos. Beautiful moment. Versus the kind of boring, predictable Ronan the Accuser. Not so much. This is a different level. This is, he stole my woman, I will kill him. The main reason why he's doing this is not because Reed has cost him millions and his job, because we see Von Doom raise hell and murder half his board anyway, like the Green Goblin did. But he doesn't hate Reed because of that. He hates him because Sue doesn't want to get married to him. Because yeah, there's this whole other storyline where Victor Von Doom, on the spaceship at the start, proposes to Jessica Alba. But it's not even a proper proposal, he even says it's like a promotion. Fucking romantic there, son. Right? And now all of a sudden that justifies him into saying that it's true love and that Reed has stolen his girl, and she blatantly says, I am not his girl, I have never been his girl, what the fuck are you talking about? So we have a poor villain who is just deludedly in love with Jessica Alba. I'm deludedly in love with Jessica Alba. I'm not going to start fucking shit up, okay? Seriously. So, Michael Chiklis decide I want to be Ben Grimm being the Thing again, he jumps back in the machine and turns back into the Thing! Bullshit. No, I'm putting my foot down on this one. Foot's down on this one. I don't buy it. How did he know that that machine would turn him back into the Thing? How did he know what button to push? How did he know he wouldn't turn into that guy from X-Men who can change the channel by blinking? That guy, that fucking useless guy, he knows nothing. And he decides to jump back in this machine that could have quite easily turned him into a dildo. It could have turned him into atoms of space. He is nothing. It could have killed him outright. But he decides to jump in there and it just happens to turn him into the Thing. Bullshit. And so we finally get the Fantastic Four in full costume about to take on Victor Von Nom Nom. Okay? And admittedly, yeah, they look pretty good in their outfits. You know, they look like what we could have expected from the start, or even the halfway point. They look ready for action. And then they defeat Doom in 3 moves. Yeah. Reed wraps himself around Doom. Johnny goes supernova, the hottest hot he can go. Yes, ladies, that was for you. And then Sue wraps them all in a force field. Reed and Johnny go out of the force field, so Doom is then trapped in this fiery inferno. So really, they didn't need the Thing at all. Fantastic! So the film ends with Reed proposing to Sue. Okay, so yeah, fair enough, love story happens, good for them. And there was at least a bit of chemistry between them, you know, they actually had some back and forth leading up to that. I can give it props for that one. And we see Von Doom being created away to wherever Indiana Jones hides his crap. And that was the Fantastic Four. Fuck me, that was hard work. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my 3 good and 3 bad. And if anyone thought I'd be changing it to 4 good and 4 bad to fit with the title, you'll be sadly mistaken. Starting with bad at number 3, The Thing. And especially his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle throwback disguise. I don't know whether it was meant to be a shout out, I don't know whether it was literally just coincidence, but it looked ridiculous. Ben Grimm is meant to be this gruff, exteriated, like down on himself, and they get most of that down, but other time he's just the butt of the jokes for Johnny. And that is all he is. I mean, every now and again he throws in a punch or does something strongish, but it's just so lame. It's so poorly executed, you just don't care. You're very... No, you know what you are? You're very... meh. It's not bad, but it could be a lot better. The majority of the storyline. Okay, so they got the opening pretty spot on. But then they just do nothing for 90% of this film. 90% of their film, they're like this. You know, this is not a great review, is it? You can barely see me over here. Hello. You know, it's not really an entertaining film. You get a lovely shot of my Muriel, you know, Deadpool in the middle there. And if you notice, ironically, not a single member of the Fantastic Four here, because they're all taking the piss out of them, because they're all sitting down. Do something fantastic. It's not hard. And the number one thing that pisses me off with this movie is Victor Von Doom. I think that'd be pretty obvious. I mean, I toyed with Jessica Alba, but she is a good actress, just not in this film. I mean, she came close to winning a Razzie for this one, and you know how much I love the Razzies. Victor Von Doom for me was just so one-dimensional and clueless. You know, we could have had such an intriguing, excellently delivered villain. You know, one up there with Magneto, you know, one who's so self-absorbed and so righteous in his own mind that we even sit there and go, he's got a point. And I think that's what makes a good villain, especially in the Marvel and DC universe, right? Your villain, you've got to kind of see where they're coming from. Who remembers watching The Dark Knight? Right? Who remembers sitting there going, Joker's crazy, but I kind of get it. The anarchy, I mean, it's batshit crazy, but there's logic in there. Same with Magneto. You know, mutants rising up to stop what happened to him all those years ago because he was a Polish Jew, you know. Like, he's got such a reason, he's got such a motivation. He does not want to see what happened in World War II happen again to mutants because they're his brothers and he's got such a standpoint. Thanos, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Infinity Wars, this review now will be incredibly dated, but Thanos, he's so obsessed with, he's almost like an eco-terrorist. He's obsessed with the fact that overpopulation will kill planets. So, in an unbiased, fair way, he clicks his fingers and half the universe, poor, old, you know, young, rich, all of them, there's no divide. It's like, whoever the universe decides is gone. It kind of makes sense. Once again, it's batshit crazy. Do not do it. Genocide is bad, people. So, I'm going to stop rambling and jump into my 3 good, starting with number 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Human Torch as my 3rd favourite thing of this movie. There was not exactly a lot to pick from, but when you look at each individual character and you just look at their attributes, he clearly is the most interesting power-wise. I mean, there's a lot you could do with the Invisible Girl, and there's some intriguing designs you can do with Mr. Fantastic, but the Thing is literally what you get, you know, big, strong brick monster. And I just feel like the Human Torch, bear in mind he can fly, can burst into flames, shoot fireballs. I can only imagine all those years ago when the first idea of the Fantastic Four was being made. It's like, I've got this idea for a superhero who can fly and he's fire, yeah! Fire. Could be considered a villain, so why not pair him up with some other losers? Yeah, that'll do. Call him the Fantastic Four, we're done. I definitely feel that the Human Torch is definitely the best character universal for the Fantastic Four. And weirdly enough, the special effects in this film, although dated, do kind of still, you know, measure up even these day and age. I don't say they're not perfect, but they're not bad either.
The cast. I thought the casting was really good. I mean, there's some exceptions. Alba and Von Doom, you know, not really a fan of. But you look at the rest of them, you know, we've got Michael Chiklis as the Thing. That's really good casting. I think his thing looked crap, but he played it well. I genuinely don't think I can pronounce the guy's name who plays Reed Richards' character, but he looks like Mr. Fantastic. He acts like Mr. Fantastic. I can buy that. I truly think that's a good bit of casting right there. And of course, then you've got my number one favourite thing about this movie, which kind of goes into number two of the casting. It's Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. He does a fantastic job, and the reason why he's my number one pick is because I do genuinely forget how funny and great comedy timing he has. He was a breath of fresh air throughout this entire film, and he was like us, the audience, restless. We want to do something. We need something fantastic, and we don't get it. And he delivers it every single time. And in a weird way, imagine a world without Ryan Reynolds. Okay? Who would you want to play Deadpool? Chris Evans would make an amazing Deadpool. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. I honestly, as soon as you asked me all those years ago, if you're going to make a Deadpool movie, who would you be? Who would you make? Ryan Reynolds, top of my head, straight away. But if he wasn't around, or if he was just god-awful, Chris Evans, 110% of the way. Now, before I give you my grade of the movie, I just want to have a quick shout out to a YouTuber called A.Neko, I do believe that's pronounced, who actually requested this film. So thank you very much for your comments, and if you have any requests, please feel free to comment and let me know. And that being said, I'm going to give this film a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I did it. 4 out of 10. Get over it. And that is the end of my review. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and as always, leave them dirty comments. And I'll see you all next time. Take care now.